Good evening, this is Carol Channing, and this is I've Got a Secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by Tony, creator of fine beauty products for the woman who prefers the natural look of beauty care at home. Live from New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Garry Moore.
Good evening. Welcome to I've Got a Secret. The charming lady to my left is Miss Judy Crichton of our staff, our production staff. And you won't believe this, but exactly 1 week ago, Judy was only 5 feet 5 inches tall. She came about up to here on me. That was a week ago, and since then, she happened to meet the President of the United States, and this is what happened to her. She grew another 12 feet. Judy accompanied our contestant from last week, Dan Garcia, to Washington after the President called Mr. Garcia backstage by telephone while our show was on the air last week. And she was invited to meet the President along with Mr. Garcia. How did it go, Judy?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was very exciting.
How long were you in the President's office?
About 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes? Here is a picture that was taken down there of the President and Mr. Garcia. And Mr. Garcia is a fairly tall gentleman himself. But look how tall the President is. I picture him as kind of tall and thin. Is this...
No, he's enormous. He's tall and he's large.
You don't mean fat. You mean he's got a lot of presence.
Just very big.
Oh, isn't that great? And did you get a feeling, I mean, did you know he was...
You know he's President.
You did? Oh, you did a marvelous job down there, and thanks so much, Judy Crichton.
Thank you, Garry.
Want to take this along with you?
Yes, I will.
Right. Now then, that you have met our White House correspondent, let's hear from the political bigwigs on our panel. First, there is the director of the budget from The Price is Right, Bill Cullen. And next, while Betsy Palmer is appearing in winter stock in Phoenix, Arizona, we have the Speaker of the House, Phyllis Diller. And next, the gentleman who serves as our goodwill ambassador. I think his last assignment was Panama. Henry Morgan. And finally,
we all make mistakes.
Finally, here we have the People's Choice, Miss Bess Myerson. That's our panel. Phyllis, it is so nice to have you with us. I mean, I congratulate you on the publication of your book with the improbable title, Phyllis Diller Tells All About Fang. Is Fang your dog?
No, that's my husband.
Your husband is called Fang?
Yeah, well, what would you call a man with one tooth that's 2 inches long?
You might call him Kukla. Is that what you're trying to look for? The one tooth in the front, huh? Well, it's great having you with us, Phil.
Thank you.
Now, we've met everybody. Let's welcome our first contestant. Will you come in, please, sir? And, sir, if you will tell our audience, please, what your name is and where you are from.
William Willis, and my home is New York.
Mr. Willis from New York City. Now, Mr. Willis recently celebrated his 70th birthday under rather unusual circumstances. Mr. Willis, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show our audience what you were doing on your 70th birthday. Oh, boy. The clue to Mr. Willis's secret concerns something he did, and we'll start the game with Bill Cullen, please.
I don't know what Mr. Willis did, but I know what he wasn't doing on his 70th birthday was shaving.
No, he was not doing it.
Mr. Willis, is the thing you did a physical thing, sir?
Physical and mental both.
Uh-huh. Is it the kind of thing that would be unusual for a man to do on his 70th birthday?
Unusual for a man to do, period. But on his 70th birthday, indeed unusual.
Would this be the kind of a thing that a lady might be more apt to do?
No.
$20 down, $60 to go.
Well,
What I should say, it's an unusual thing for anybody to have done. Let's go to Phyllis Diller, please.
Mr. Willis, did you do it in water?
Yes.
Was it ice cold water?
No.
Was it warm water?
Yes.
Fresh water?
No.
Pretty good.
Did you stay underwater?
No.
He was not actually in the water during
you
the
saved
major portion.
somebody's life. You saved a life?
No. Just my own.
Your own. You saved your own life?
Through his skill and his accomplishment.
You swam.
No.
All right, we've lost $40. We got 40 to go. Henry Morgan, please.
Well, sir, if you were on the water, were you water skiing?
No.
Am I warm?
Not on a night like this, the biggest blizzard New York has had in 15 years. But you're not warm, no.
Is anybody else mentioned in your secret?
Somebody, I didn't quite get the
I want to
question.
know if anybody else was mentioned in your secret.
I'm sorry, I have a slight touch of probably pneumonia, and
Well, there's more laryngitis and stuff.
I didn't know what I was going to die from, smoking or this, and I've decided both. I don't think I'm going to last through one more question.
$60 down, $20 to go, and we go, please, to Bess Myerson.
Mr. Willis, were you submerged in water?
At times.
Were
But
you...
only very occasionally, compared to the long range.
Oh, I see. Well, I thought perhaps it might have been some kind of a submarine or something that
No.
went under the water. Now, were you on or in the water constantly, however?
Yes.
Was it some kind of vessel, some kind of moving vessel?
Yes.
Was it a raft?
Yes.
You
You
almost...
did-
Pardon?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was a journey that you took on a raft.
He was in the midst, on his 70th
Pacific,
birthday,
right.
yeah, he was in the midst of an ocean voyage, and if you don't think that's unusual, he was sailing a raft 7,500 miles across the Pacific Ocean by himself. I'll tell you, this is an unusual gentleman in many respects. First, let me give you a short rundown on his past history. He took his first ocean voyage as a deck boy on a four-master which sailed from his native Germany around Cape Horn to the United States in 1908. And as was the custom in those days, he jumped ship when he reached America. He became a citizen. He then explored every American frontier, from the oil fields in Texas to prospecting for gold in Alaska. And now at an age when most people would think only of retirement, he made this trip. And to give everyone a better idea of just how far 7,500 miles is, we have a map of the trip here. Now, you see here is the city of Callao,
Yes.
Callao, Peru. And over here comes a line across the Pacific. At this point, it becomes dotted all the way over to Sydney, Australia. It remains solid to Samoa. What happened was at 500 miles out of Peru, he began having trouble with his rudders, and so, by dint of superior navigation, he skirted the Marquesas and brought himself to shore here in Samoa, 7,500 miles after he had started out. Now, sir, you spent 130 days on the open sea, isn't that right?
That's right.
Did you make any stops along the way at all?
No, I saw no land and never stopped.
You did what?
I saw no land
Saw no land.
and made no stop.
But he's a master mariner. He always knew where he was. Look at the craft he was navigating, if you will. Now, actually, what it is, this is the bow, the front of it, and it sails on 3 steel pontoons. Here he carries a big square sail, back here a smaller triangular mizzen, and up here a jib. And he sailed this thing, no motor on it.
No motor, no.
And he sailed the thing the whole way. And this was his second trip, wasn't it, sir, when you were
That's right.
60?
When I was 60, I made the voyage also.
And the name of the raft, by the way, is Age Unlimited, which I think is marvelous. Now, did you have any problem of dealing with the solitude?
Yes, I did. It was quite a severe strain on me.
That's just about the hardest part of the voyage, isn't it?
I
really?
think so.
Almost. Well, Mr. Willis, one question I'm sure everyone wants to know the answer to. Just why did you make the trip?
I wanted to prove to America that a person 70 years old doesn't have to go in retirement, go on the sidelines and wait for the end. But if he keeps himself in shape and is optimistic that he can still do things if he makes his mind up to it.
He's not only a remarkable man, he's a very stubborn man, because very soon he goes back to Samoa, now that the rudders are fixed, and he is going to finish that trip to Australia, by God. There's more to this story than I can even possibly begin to touch. I recommend that you read an article forthcoming by Mr. Willis in the Saturday Evening Post that gives you the full details. We'll all be looking forward to it, Mr. Willis. Proud to have known you, sir. We will be back with you again in just a minute, but first let's watch this. We have asked the panel to blindfold themselves, which they now have done. And if you are all quite ready, panel, with your blindfolds on, may we have our next contestant, please. Will you come in? Panel, we will call this contestant Miss X. Now, Miss X, if you whisper your secret to me, we'll show it at the same time to our audience at home. Panel, our contestant, too, has a voice problem, which we will explain later. Well, with all this snow and this weather around, it's not too much of a surprise. The clue to this secret concerns something about her, and we'll start the game with Henry Morgan.
Miss X, did you say?
Miss X.
Miss X. The thing about you, is it something that is visible? Well, it must be, because we have blindfolds on. Are you, wearing something odd?
No.
Oh, boy. When you answered me, did you answer with your own voice?
No.
She means that her voice usually sounds better than this, but it is she herself who's doing the speaking.
Is she speaking through something?
No. $20 down, $60 to go, and now we go please to Bess.
Miss X, would we recognize you by your voice?
No.
It's hard to say. It's conceivable that at least some members of the panel might.
Are you in show business at all?
No.
Are you someone, however, that we would know personally? Are you acquainted with, are we acquainted with you, rather?
I think we have to say partially. Partially. $40 down, $40 to go. Henry and Bess, you may remove your blindfolds. Please give no hints to Bill Cullen or to Phyllis. All right, Bill?
Sitting here, putting two and two together, I pass.
All right, we'll accept that. $60 down, $20 to go. We go, please, to Phyllis Diller.
Miss X, is the thing that's so special about you the fact that here in the blizzard you have no clothes on?
Can I answer that? You may remove your blindfold, Bill. Just Phyllis remains now.
Well, now, I didn't hear the answer.
She has clothes on.
Oh, I see. Well, her breath is so bad. I can hear her breath. Would I know you? Oh, is it one of my kids?
Why don't you take your blindfold off? Hi there, Mom. Only 3 of your 5 kids could make it. The other 2 are all tied up with projects, but they thought that you might be a little nervous being on the show tonight, so they came to give you some moral report.
Well,
this is Perry, Stephanie, and Sue Diller. And nice to have you with us. Yes.
I want to explain why I passed. Having been on this show for how many years? 9 years that we've been on. I noticed they had saved Phyllis till last, and me to next to last, and we established that someone here knew them. And my wife's in the studio tonight, and I thought it was either my wife or perhaps Fang or the children or somebody like that. That's the reason I passed.
Where did you think they were tonight, Phyllis?
Well, I thought they were doing their paper route.
That's home in St. Louis. When did you all come in, Stephanie?
Yesterday.
Came in yesterday, got in by plane just before the storm.
They've been in town.
I don't know how you hid from me that long.
Well, it's a big city. It's a big city. But I want to tell you this. I've been having the time of my life with them today. They've been doing all sorts of tricks and stunts. I don't know where they get their sense of humor from. Imagine. Younger folks. It's awful nice to have you with us. Regards to the rest of the family. You can see your mom right after the show. Now it is time to meet our special guest for tonight. She mushed through the snow and the blizzard and the wind and the what all on foot, coming directly tonight from rehearsals for the Broadway musical in which she is starring. It's called Hello, Dolly. It opens later this week. Here, bless her heart, is Carol Channing.
Oh, I made it. I see you got here, too. Did everyone else make it through the storm?
About 1/8 of the audience made it. The rest of them chickened out on us.
Oh, we're the Vikings.
Yeah, that's right. Now, Carol, in this show that you're doing, Hello,
Yes.
Dolly,
Yes.
you play the part of a matchmaker, right?
That's right.
You are a lady who makes her living by introducing single girls to eligible men and tries to marry them off,
That's right, Gary. Yes.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it is fun. I really enjoy it, Gary. You know, and I was wondering if the panel would like to try matchmaking a little for itself tonight.
Well, I'm sure they will. Now, if we can open the curtains, we're going to let you meet a group of attractive ladies whom we invited to the studio tonight. Can we open the curtains, please? Hello, ladies. Now, here's what we're going to have to do. Their husbands are backstage. They're in a soundproof room. The husbands do not know what is going to happen to them. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get one husband out here. He will be blindfolded, will not be able to see his wife, but he will describe her from memory. You remember your husband, don't you? Nice fellow. They will describe him, and the panel will have to match up the husband with the wife according to the description of the wife. Now, let's first zero in on the first wife while you get the gentleman out of the soundproof room, any one of them, please, and send them out here. And now the audience at home knows which one we are going to concentrate on. Will the gentleman come out? Here you are, I got you, sir. Now, you come over here, turn around this way, there are no tricks. Now, there's a chair right behind you if you'll be seated.
There you are.
What is your name, sir?
Harold McGann?
Harold McGann.
Yes, sir.
All right, now, Carol Channing has a surprise in store for you.
Now, Bill Cullen, dear,
Yes.
if you guess this gentleman's wife from his description of her,
Yes.
this gentleman will win $100. Isn't that right, Gary?
Oh, yes.
All right. Now, would you please describe, first of all, how long have you been married?
20 years.
20 years. Well, he should know then what she looks. Now, would you tell us what your wife looks like? None of her spiritual attributes. I mean, what is like her height, weight, eyes, nose, mouth, hair, but not her clothing.
Right now, I wish you were bald, I'll tell you. She's approximately 5'6". She has a pudgy, what do you call it?
Pudgy nose, good.
A pug nose that looks like a strawberry a little bit.
Yep.
She has a real round Irish Mick-looking face.
A Mick-looking face.
She's medium build.
How about her smile? Her mouth is a big little...
Well, when she smiles, it's a nice one.
It's a nice one.
What do you mean when she smiles?
You don't live with her.
Why,
That's very true.
She must be miserable. Did you know whether she's happy or not?
It's,
Oh, that's terrible. You mean she hardly ever smiles?
well, not too often, no. Except, once a month, payday, something like that. That's about
Well, Bill Cullen, now from this description, can you take a guess as to which lady might be this gentleman's wife?
Well, with his description, 5'6", a pudgy nose, medium build, and never smiles, I'm looking for the woman up there who looks madder than any of the rest. But I am going to take a guess, and it's purely a guess based on watching the ladies react to what he said. And I will pick the lady who is number 18 and let it stand or fall on her.
Mrs. 18, is that right? Right. Well, stand up, Mrs. 18. Take off your blindfold, sir.
Oh, and look at that sweet smile.
That's a nice smile. Thank you very, very much. Excellent job, Bill, and good job of description. And thank you. And if you will go off stage and wait till after the show, your wife's going to come off and hit you right in the mouth. All right.
Yes, she was clenching her fist.
Now let's zero in on another one of these ladies. Anyone? Hope I'm not standing in front of anybody. Just this is the lady who is going to be the next subject of our questioning, while the husband makes his way out from the wings with his blindfold on. Don't be frightened, sir. There's nothing for you to bump into. Watch out for the alligator. Here we go. Now, there are no tricks here, so there's nothing for you to fall into. Just follow me, and I'm going to sit you down right next to Carol Channing. Turn this way, and there is a chair. Good. Now, we'll do the same thing with Phyllis Diller. This time, sir, you have to describe your wife. Is that it?
You're going to describe your wife. First of all, how long were you married?
27 years.
27 years. Now, could you describe your wife to us? Not her clothing, just her. Now, start with her height.
5'7".
Oh, a little with it. And her weight?
135.
135. Oh, nice.
130, she would say, but 135.
You peek at her scale. That's mean.
A little bit.
Oh, and tell us now, has she any distinguishing features? Is there a particular celebrity she looks like, some movie star or something?
Ooh, I would say somewhat like Hedda Lamar or something like that. That's quite
Oh, this is the guy who's making brownie points for himself here. Oh, yes.
How about now, what's her most distinguishing feature? Eyes, nose, mouth, hair?
I would say her hair is rather dark, tinged with gray.
Dark, tinted with gray. That's very chic nowadays.
You say tinged or tinted, sir?
Tinged, Gary.
There's a difference.
Uh-huh.
And her nose is
Pert.
perched nose.
Pert.
Are you getting anything from this, Phyllis?
I beg your pardon?
You're getting something from this?
Well, not much, because Bill has been telling me a dirty joke all the time.
From this
he had a problem. I helped him.
Yes, he didn't help you.
Listening. However, I've got some ideas.
All right.
But they don't have anything to do with the show. No, I think that this gentleman is married to 12, 13, and 19. and he may be going out with 5.
Is that as close as you think you can get?
Well, I'll tell you, I'd put on the nose on 19.
Number 19. Are you the lady in question, number 19? No, she is not. So let's forge on to Henry Morgan. And what are you going to allow Henry to do by...
Well, Henry, now we will get into this gentleman will win $50 if you can guess by a description of her clothing and the jewelry she has on. You've been with her all evening. What did she wear tonight?
Brother.
She wore her brother, which I think is...
She wore a black velvet coat with a silver fox collar.
Oh, that's very helpful.
She hasn't got it on now, though.
Okay.
No, what?
She has a black dress with a red, a maroon, and black striped jacket.
Red, maroon, and black striped jacket.
You sure you're on the same program with the rest of us here, sir? Or maybe you didn't come with your wife. Maybe that's it.
Maroon, black collar, I believe.
Black collar.
Maroon and black striped.
Sounds like something Phyllis
jacket.
would wear, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Does she? It looks like Phyllis, I see. Then what earrings? Did she have any earrings on?
She has earrings that are rather pinkish, I believe.
All right, that's all the time we've got. Henry, based on the pinkish earrings and the maroon jacket, which I defy you to find, which lady do you think we're talking about?
I was going to say it was perfectly clear who it is, but I don't want to embarrass him.
Thank you.
After hearing that, all the things that this lady's wearing. I tell you, we can pick in sets now.
No, now you got to take one. We got 15 seconds.
14.
Number 14. Is this the right lady? No, it is not. Will this gentleman's wife stand up, please?
13.
Number 13. Unlucky 13. Remove your blindfold, sir, if you will. Stand up and look at your wife's maroon jacket that she's wearing. Thank you, sir, very, very much for being with us.
Pinky.
You, dear girl,
Yes,
much
dear.
love to you and much luck on your opening this Thursday night.
Thank you,
Carol
Garry.
Channing.
Thank you.
What do you think?
Oh, we'll be back with a pretty exciting announcement about our guest celebrity of next week, right after this important
Number
message.
23?
Well, that does us in for tonight. Next week, friends, our good friend Arthur Godfrey will be our special guest. Tonight, it was a great joy to have Phyllis Diller with us. And speaking for all of us, take care. Bye.
Be sure to watch My Favorite Martian Sunday evenings over most of these stations.